You can add images to a Google form in a couple of different ways. One of the simplest ways is to just add an image instead of adding a new question. So we'll start with that way. You can upload it from your computer. You can take a snapshot with your own camera. You can search through your Google Drive. I'm going to just do a search on Google for an image. I'll click the first one I see and hit select. So now that image is here. If I click on these three dots, I can change it a little bit. I can change whether it's aligned left, center, or right. I'll just keep it in the center. Also, if I click on the image, the blue bar appears around it, and I can adjust the size of it if I don't want it to take up the whole screen. If I'm going to use a photo by itself and it's going to have something to do with the form, then my image title might want to give people instructions like this. Imagine that you're giving like a test and it's going to have a map on it, for example, and maybe you'll want to have 3 or 4 questions about that map. That would be the type of introduction that you could give to that. Let's look at it in the form. So it's not a question. The recipient does not have anything to click on. It's just a picture by itself. So that's one way to add a photo. I'm going to trash this though, and I'll show you a different way. I'm going to add a new question. Let's say I had a question about that ice cream sundae. I can add the image right to the question. I could type the question, and then this little image thing comes up when I hover over it. I could do the same thing. I can search for ice cream. Choose, there it is again. Choose select. And I get what looks like the same options as far as resizing it and everything. So I'm going to move that down a little bit, and I'm going to click center align. But now I can actually add questions. It's giving me suggestions, yes, no, or maybe. I think it's doing that because it's reading the type of question this is. So I'm going to just click add all, and it gives me those 3 right away. So I'm going to go with that. Otherwise, I could have just written them in myself. Let's take a look at it now. So there are questions now underneath this that people are responding to this question. Finally, there's one other way to add images to a question, and that is to the responses themselves. I'm going to go back up here to this first question. Which of these do you like best? I'll click on the question to edit it. Now, what I could do is add an image to each one of these, and I'll just do it to this one. Cake. And that automatically looked it up. I'll switch it to this one this time. So it's already got an image there. Let's see if that happens again with cookies. I click add image. It did not do a search this time. I think that was because I had done a search on that already. I'll search for cookies. Choose that one. So we've only got 2 of these. The idea is to put images for all of them, but let's look at how it appears now. So we've got the images by all the selections. So that would be another way of using images in your questions. So the other thing that you can do is you can add video into your form. But as of right now, you can't insert it in a question. It has to be done on its own the way we did that first picture. We'll go down here and we'll click, instead of add question, we're going to click add video. And you do a search just like you would do. You could add the URL if you already know of a video that you want to place in your survey, or you can just do a search. So now it pulls up all of these different videos. Now if I click this, I double clicked it and it selected it automatically, and now it's placed right here. Now I want to give people instructions. Maybe the next 4 questions will refer to it. Right now it is moved all the way over, and it's also pretty tiny. If I click on this, just like with an image, I can also resize it and make it bigger, and I can center align it. So in our survey now, we've got this video, and if I play it, it plays right inside the, I'm going to turn that off, but the sound is off anyway. It plays right inside the survey. So that is how you add videos and images to your form.